The Columbus City Council meeting for March 16th, 2026 will now come to order. In compliance with the Open Meeting Act, a copy of this act is posted in this meeting room. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Bogley,
Here.
Alarcon, here. Barr,
Here.
Hemer,
Here.
Jablonski, Lopez, here. Polensky,
Here.
Roth,
Here.
Schilling,
Here.
Mayor Bogley, the roll has been called.
Thank you. Mr. Council President.
Our Father, thank you for the opportunity to serve our fellow citizens. Please give us your wisdom and guidance to make the proper decisions entrusted to this governmental body. May our conduct show respect, honor, and courtesy to each other, as well as to all our citizens. Amen.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
He speeded that up, didn't he?
Good evening. Welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. If at any time during the evening anyone in our audience would like to address the council regarding anything on our agenda, we'd ask you to please come forward, state your name, your address, and we'd ask that you keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. All right, we'll move on with our agenda, starting with the consent agenda.
Item 4, consent agenda. The following items are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a City Council member or a citizen requests, in which event the item will be removed from consent and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Item 4A, minutes of the March 2nd, 2026 City Council meeting. Item 4B, resolution number R26-41, approving the request of Columbus Havoc 18U softball to camp overnight in Girard Park, June 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th of 2026. The Board of Park Commissioners recommends approval. Item 4C, resolution number R26-42, approving the lease to hangar aircraft with Lauren F. Lorzel. Board of Airport Commissioners recommends approval. Item 4D, resolution R26-43, authorizing payment of various improvement projects. And item 4E, payroll and bills on file. Mr. Mayor and council members, is there anything you would like removed from the consent agenda?
Mr. Mayor, move the items on the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. This evening, we have a couple of proclamations that I would like to read. The first proclamation is on problem gambling. Whereas the National Council on Problem Gambling has designated March 2026 as Problem Gambling Awareness Month. And whereas problem gambling is a public health issue affecting millions of Americans of all ages, races, and ethnic backgrounds. And whereas problem gambling has a significant sociological and economic cost for individuals, families, businesses, and communities. And whereas problem gambling is treatable and treatment is effective in minimizing this harm to individuals, communities, and society as a whole. And whereas numerous individuals, professionals, and organizations have dedicated their efforts to the education for the public of the public about problem gambling and the availability and effectiveness of treatment. And whereas the National Council on Problem Gambling and Nebraska Council on Problem Gambling invite all residents of Columbus, Nebraska to participate in Problem Gambling Awareness Month. Now, therefore, I, James B. Bulkley, the Mayor of Columbus, Nebraska, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2026 as Problem Gambling Awareness Month in Columbus, Nebraska, and encourage all citizens to support the National Council on Problem Gambling and the Nebraska Council on Problem Gambling in their efforts to mitigate gambling-related harm nationwide. This evening, Mike Chandra would like to accept this proclamation and come forward and just say a few words. First of all, Mike, why don't you come up here and get this, if you would, please? That'd be great. And I think Matt would like to get you in.
All right, picture time, huh? Yes, sir. Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Thank you. Please.
Hello, everyone. Mike Chandra, Mikesciandra. I'm the Executive Director of the Nebraska Council on Problem Gambling. And I just wanted to say thank you to the City of Columbus and all parties involved for their commitment to problem gambling awareness, prevention, and treatment. This is a topic that affects me personally, as I'm a problem gambler in recovery myself. But fortunately, I was saved. I truly believe my life was saved through the treatment that's offered in the state of Nebraska, absolutely free through the Nebraska Gamblers Assistance Program. This year's theme for Problem Gambling Awareness Month is Caring Communities and Stronger Futures. And I truly believe that the City of Columbus is one of those caring communities that is needed to reduce the consequences of gambling-related harm statewide and nationwide. So thank you once again on behalf of the Nebraska Council on Problem Gambling, and thank you once again on behalf of myself as well.
Thank you. All right, we have another proclamation this evening, and that is recognition of Youth Appreciation Week. Whereas the vast majority of youth are well-informed, concerned, kind, knowledgeable, and responsible citizens who are willing and interested in becoming involved in efforts to improve our society. And whereas the accomplishments and achievements of these young people deserve the recognition and praise of their community. And whereas Optimist International has, since 1954, developed and promoted a program entitled Youth Appreciation Week. And whereas the citizens of Columbus, Nebraska have indicated a desire to join the Columbus Optimists and Optimists International in expressing their appreciation, encouragement, and respect for the contributions of youth. Now, therefore, I, James B. Bulkley, the Mayor of the City of Columbus, Nebraska, do hereby proclaim the week of March 16th, 2026 as Youth Appreciation Week in Columbus, Nebraska, and ask all citizens of Columbus to join the optimists in carrying out this message. Again, we have someone in the audience that would like to receive this. Brianna, would you like to come forward? I'd give it to you. And I'd also like to mention, this is our newest district judge.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for what you do.
Next up is public hearings. Item 7A, public hearing, redevelopment plan for Keys Development LLC, a redevelopment project, Area 3, located southeast of the intersection of 15th Street and 45th Avenue. This is continued from the February 17th, 2026 meeting. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
Is there anyone here this evening to speak against this public hearing? Anyone here to speak for this public hearing?
Andrew Willis, attorney on behalf of Keys Development LLC, the applicant, 233 South 13th Street in Lincoln is my address. The proposed project before you in this redevelopment plan, construction of approximately 18 single-family attached townhomes. Again, as you said, southeast of the intersection of 15th Street and 45th Avenue. One large primary parcel and a couple other parcels. The preliminary plat will be coming later, so you'll see that later in this on the agenda. But ultimately taking a large piece of property that needs to be redeveloped, one home on it, and creating more housing. And as is the case right now, as you know here and everywhere else, there's a need for housing, and it's hard to build housing at an affordable price. And that's where this TIF really comes in. The total cost, estimated cost of this project is about $7.4 million to build. That's land acquisition, site development, doing all the work, bringing in all the utilities and infrastructure and everything, and extending the streets through that property, and utilizing TIF as requested in this will really bring those homes down about $50,000 a piece. That's how we make this more affordable. So target value on these is about $359,000 per unit. That's what the appraisals came in based on similar units other places, but it's going to cost like $50,000 more per unit to build that with all the infrastructure and everything else. It would anticipate it happen in 2 phases. So the 18 homes would be built over the next 2 years. As I mentioned, you have the streets going in there, you've got utilities, grading, all of that work. It's really part of the eligible uses of TIF, so no, kind of standard uses, I would say. There's about there's a little over $1.1 million of eligible uses we've identified. The TIF request, the sources, this would support about $918,000. So $918,800 is the TIF amount on the project. Again, it's for additional housing, so I think it falls really well within the comp plan. And as we look at the kind of the necessity, as I mentioned, it brings it down to about $51,000 per unit, and brings in that infrastructure that's needed, additional housing. So kind of a good project overall. Site's been no public acquisition or disposition of property. It's been acquired by the developer, and they're going through the process right now. And the hope is to get things, like I said, get things going very quickly so we can get some of those homes built this year and finish up next year. That's the real brief version, but I'm happy to answer any questions you have about the project.
Council, any questions? I know as this went through planning and zoning, there really weren't any questions there either, were
Nope,
there?
there wasn't.
Pretty straightforward. All right.
I move the public hearing be closed.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to close the public hearing. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye, those opposed nay. Motion carries.
Item 7A1, resolution number R26-44, approving the redevelopment plan.
Mr. Mayor, I move that resolution number R26-44 be adopted.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number R26-44. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye, those opposed nay. Motion passes. Brings us up to reports of city offices.
Item 9A, update on the Nebraska Department of Transportation Loop River South Bridges project. Our city engineer, Rick Bogus.
Yep, Rick Bogus, city engineer. So, project's going well and as planned. We're in that period now between March 1st and August 1st where they can't do some of the vibration stuff in the main part of the river, on that part. Doesn't mean they can't work over the river, just there's some things that are limited to. But they accomplished what they wanted to do, and that was get the piers done in those sections, and they are, because you've seen the girders on top of them. So right now, they're working on the 3 south girders and the south abutment, and there's a little bit to do on the north abutment. So they will get those done first, put the piers up before they start decking everything, and that's kind of what'll happen over the rest of the year, the summer, all the way up to winter. So, like I said, they are on schedule. As far as the East Bridge, where you get on the north side, if you've driven it, there's a little bump that got that happened there. That was, they think, for some settlement that wasn't really planned, but what the DOT is planning on doing is adding that to the project, because that segment wasn't set to be redone, but because of this issue, they want to add it to the project and get it done. So that's kind of their plan they're kind of working towards. Otherwise, they said everything's on schedule, going good.
Any questions for Rick? All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Item 9B is our Columbus in Focus and Building and Infrastructure Leadership Team is going to present, which is why Rick is staying
It's
at
why
the
I stayed up here.
mic.
Yep, Rick Bogus again on the
Thought-
Building and Infrastructure
thought he enjoyed
Leadership
it.
Team. It's the fourth of the four groups that we've put together. And we're a team, of course, with Tara, Chuck, myself, and Andy. We have a general guiding standard, which I'll read. We exist to align and lead the visions of the city that build and sustain the city, utilities, infrastructure, and development. So the essential services, growth, and investment are delivered efficiently, reliability, into the public space, district, and safety. So that's really what our guiding principle here is, and what we do in this one. Tria. So we did a SWOT analysis, and so we came up with basically 6 items that what our group's going to do. First one is efficient cross-division communication and coordination. So we've always had communication. It's just more efficiently. So we started these meetings a number of weeks ago. They've gone pretty well. So it's a standing weekly committee. We have a dashboard that we have with coordinating items that are between the divisions, the timelines need to get done, and kind of report back every week. So that's been going on really good, and just make sure we're all on the same page. And then another one is our consistency in public and private project development and delivery. So we're just trying to all be consistent in how we work with the developers and the public. As you probably know from reading some of the stuff that we've done and provided to you, that we're in the process of updating our CLDO. So that'll be coming forward. We're kind of working together on that. And with that, we have some internal checklists that we want to follow to make sure we're doing everything consistently. And then we're going to develop some external checklists too. So there are some things out there ready for the developers and the public to follow. We're just going to make sure they're all consistent with all 3 of our divisions. And then we have a standardized workflow for development and infrastructure. Again, it's create that end-to-end development process. You know, at some point, for example, engineering design, something that gets turned over to Public Works. You know, we want to make sure everybody understands in our area when that is, what that is. You know, where's those dividing lines? Or if Andy's doing a building review, where's a site plan come in? So we do this again, but just kind of creates that matrix for that end-to-end communication from the very beginning to the very ending. And then strengthen decision-making and follow through. Every department has forms and applications that we do, so we're gathering all together, making them user-friendly, get them on the website. We just want to make sure they're all in one spot. They all kind of look basically the same, so everybody can fill that out and make it a little bit easier to do. And then we have a high trust and results-oriented culture, so we want to support all of our divisions. We want to use which you guys approved, the employee recognition system, and just develop, good team members. And then the last one is unified and professional front. We all have communications that go out. So again, if we could be consistent in how we communicate, that makes it easier for everybody to understand all that. And we need to review our internal policies to make sure that everything works and we're not having one policy in one area that's a little bit different than the other one, just so we're all on the same page. So those are our 6. And then what we thought we would do here is we just, in each department, we do just a quick snapshot of like what it looks like today, and these are always ever evolving. The engineering department has 6 members, including myself. I do have the project engineer out there. If anybody knows of anybody that would like to apply for that, that's out now. And so that would be great because it really would help us out. So we have, as you can see, we have like 30 projects that we either design ourselves or oversee or assist. And of course, the engineering department assists all other departments in the city. That's kind of what we do. The roads would be obviously in street division and things of that nature. So that's kind of what we do. So we have 30 various sizes of projects or things that we do throughout. That's what we currently have going on. We have 3 study-related projects, where that would be, something with the river or the safe streets, which is coming on later in this, agenda, things like that. We have 15 site work-related projects. That could be anywhere from subdivision plans to site plans that go with building permits to just various things. We have 12 major and minor plattings right now. That always fluctuates all the time. You know that from the planning commission stuff. But we got 12 of them going on various things. We have 6 right-of-way and engineering permits. So the department does some of the right-of-way stuff that you see people out in various parts of town doing. That's overseen through our department. Then we have 5 easement or property-related items, whether there's a couple, of course, on the council today, but it also could be like land sales you've seen, things of that nature. So we have 5 of them going on. And then we just have a lot of potential projects, miscellaneous things. There's just a lot of them. There's a lot of different things we have to tell the state what we need to do. There's a lot of different programs we have to follow. There's a lot of potential projects that we gather information on. So those are numerous for us to do. So that's kind of it for the snapshot from the engineering department. We'll have Chuck come up to do his department, and then Andy.
Chuck Sluva, Director of Public Works, City of Columbus. Snapshot of the Public Works Department. Public Works Department is a division of 6 divisions within the department. A total of 50 full-time employees. Summer workload, we're up to 55. If we can find them and get them and keep them, which is hopeful. On the project list and the snapshot, lift station projects, we've got some bigger lift station projects going on. We've got a total of 5, which could be, there's 2 new construction lift stations going on in a rebuild, some startup projects, SCADA system upgrades, Loop River levee projects. We've got a bank stabilization project that we're going to be working with. We're working through the Corps and another design engineer to help us through that project to get the proper permits with the doing the bank work along the river. Sewer collection projects, there's 3 bigger projects there as far as system lining, some other miscellaneous projects, manhole rehabs, things of that nature. Street division, there's 3 bigger projects which consist of panel replacement projects. Your basics, we're going through doing sign evaluations with their reflectability on the signs and then just the conditions of the sign for replacements and upgrades. Water production, the 2 major projects, of course, you're aware we got the new well 20 going in up north. We got a well rehab going on well 11, doing some lining work with that. Several CIP items throughout this budget year and this cycle. Of the 15, we've got all of them completed. We're working through the last of the 6. And then ongoing O&M is numerous projects in each and every division. It's just, that's the filler work. You just keep everything going from the waste treatment plant, the hauling of the waste from the transfer station, the well, water sampling, things of that nature. Andy will be up next.
Andy Ware, Chief Building Code Official, City of Columbus. Community Development Snapshot. We have me as the building official, 2 inspectors, permit tech, and building maintenance for the community building. Currently, the community development has 626 open permits. 100 of them deal with commercial projects. The other 526 are residential permits. Right now, our inspectors are approximately hitting about 10 to 18 inspections a day. We have a lot of projects of apartments, townhouses, businesses, alterations, all that good stuff. So a couple of our larger active developments, we have Herman Development down on Vitality. They're running about 78 townhouse units. We got 14 townhouse units at Quail Addition down south. And then we have 12 of the 15 apartment buildings started in the city of Columbus that were for Zagers, North Creek, and Vitality. So we got all those inspections on a daily basis. Also, right now, we are currently reviewing some projects for commercial and residential. A couple of them include Les Schwab Tire Center coming in. We have Peace Lutheran Church alteration. Amazon is doing a canopy enclosure. And we got Loop Power Cold Storage Edition we're doing a review on right now as well. Also, staff is reviewing 2 rezoning requests, 12 minor and major development proposals involved with Rick Bogus there, 3 Board of Adjustment cases, a house moving review, and a new wireless tower proposal coming in. So we got some reviews on all different types that we're dealing with. Overall, our development activity remains steady, and staff continues to focus on timely plan reviews, inspections, and assisting applicants through the permitting process. That's with the community development. Any questions for any of us?
Got a question, and it more or less is related to all the Columbus and Focus groups. This is all great. I love hearing this. My question is when do you guys plan on, or have you even thought about maybe you're doing a quarterly update to the council, half a year, yearly, or was that something that wasn't even thought about?
As opposed to every other month?
Oh, is it every other month?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Each group will be here every other month.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that part.
You can step down, Andy.
Thank you all for your effort and work on that.
Appreciate it. All right, we'll move on to reports of council committees.
Item 10A, Public Property Safety and Works Committee of March 16th, 2026. Item 10A1, the permanent utility and access easement and part of the northwest quarter of the northeast quarter of Section 14, Township 17 North, Range 1 West of the 6 p.m. Platte County, Nebraska for Meadow Ridge Properties Edition. This is 34th Street west of 53rd Avenue. The committee recommends approval.
Mr. Mayor, I move the report be adopted.
Second. We have a motion and a second to adopt this committee report. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 10A2, request of Meadow Ridge Properties LLC to vacate a portion of the drainage easement number 1 for Meadow Ridge 11th Edition. This is on the west end of Grayhawk Place located off 43rd Street. The committee recommends approval.
Mr. Mayor, I move this report be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this committee report. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 10A3, cost share of paving and infrastructure for 2026. The committee recommends approval.
Mr. Mayor, I move this report be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this committee report. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 10B, Public Finance, Judiciary, and Personnel Committee of March 16th, 2026. Item 10B1, the Financial and Compliance Audit for year-end September 30th, 2025. The committee recommends approval.
Mr. Mayor, I move this report be adopted.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this committee report. Any discussion? I'd like to say before we voted, I think this is a great report. It's public. I'd like to make sure the public knows if they have any questions about city financing and the accounting process that the city goes through. It's all public. It's there. It's also a testament to our staff because we did go through a staff change that while this was to be undertaken. And so a lot of people stepped up and helped make this come together in a timely manner and in a good way. I think it's important to point out the city is in good financial condition. Anybody that wants to question that or challenge that, there's 50-some pages that they're welcome to read. And I think I want to thank all of staff for what they do for the financial condition and stability of our community. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Brings us up to new business.
Item 13A, appointment of Jason Romshek as police sergeant.
Council members, with your permission, the mayor wishes to submit the name of Jason Romshek for appointment to the police sergeant position at the March 16, 2026 City Council meeting. Per council rules, the 2-week waiting period is waived for an appointment of a police sergeant. The Civil Service Commission certified Mr. Romshek at their August 5th, 2025 Civil Service Commission meeting. Officer Romchak is a graduate of Aquinas High School and received his bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Midland Lutheran College in Fremont, Nebraska. He joined the Columbus Police Department in January of 2000 and is currently a firearms instructor, patrol rifle instructor, red dot instructor, emergency vehicle instructor, close quarters combat instructor, and field training officer. He is heavily involved in training with the department as well as driving and firearms training for new recruits at the Law Enforcement Training Center. Officer Romchak chose his career path as a police officer at a very young age and has remained deeply committed throughout his career. He is passionate about the work he does each day and is grateful for the opportunity to continue serving the city of Columbus in his new role as sergeant. Does the council wish to make a motion?
I would move this mayor's appointment of Jason Romchek as police sergeant be ratified.
We have a motion and a second to ratify. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Sergeant Romchek, you are in the audience. Would you please come forward and say hello to the council and the community?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Like you said, my name is Jason Rumchek. I've worked here this will be my 26th year. It's the only full-time job I've ever known is working here and serving the community. I'm looking forward to continue serving the community and guide the minds and actions of our officers, and I really appreciate this appointment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Item 13B, application from Advanced Consulting Engineering Services on behalf of Keys Development LLC for preliminary plat of Dubus Addition extensions and connections of Isaiah Drive and 44th Avenue. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
Mr. Mayor, move the preliminary plat of Dubas Addition be approved.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 13C, plans, specifications, estimate of cost in the amount of $175,000 and authorization to advertise for bids for the sanitary sewer rehabilitation 2026. The plans and specs are on file in the engineering department. This is CIP 20-94.
Come on, somebody.
Mr. Mayor, Mr.
Move the
Mayor,
plans and specifications be approved. An estimate of cost.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 13D, comments from the mayor and city council members. In compliance with the Open Meetings Act, no discussion may be held on this item.
Any comments from council members this evening? Well, I'll make up for it because I do have a couple. I actually have three. First, I'd like to give a shout out to all our council members to my left for stepping forward and re-upping for re-election in the upcoming election. I can't say that to Mr. Jablonski because he's not here, but he was included. So I thank you for your commitment and your desire to continue to serve the community. Secondly, if you have not heard, Columbus was asked over the weekend if they were able to assist with the wildfires that are out west. Fire Chief Gray was able to coordinate some personnel and two pieces of equipment that did go out to lend a hand if needed. They went out on standby. So I think that's a great testament to not only our fire department, but just the city of Columbus being able to help other Nebraskans in need. And finally, I need to make a pitch for the newest opportunity for anybody in the community that wants to sit down and talk to the mayor. I am offering an open house with the mayor the last Saturday of every month, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock at the library. It's only me, me with a piece of paper to take notes, try to answer questions or concerns you might have. And if you want to come, you're welcome. If you don't want to come, don't complain. Otherwise, I'm just trying to reach out and give the public an opportunity to have one-on-one with their leadership. All right, the first one will be on Saturday, March 28th, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, downstairs in the library. All right, we'll move on to resolutions.
Item 14A, resolution number R26-45, approving and accepting the permanent utility and access easement with Meadow Ridge Properties LLC located at 34th Street, west of 53rd Avenue.
Mr. Mayor, I move the resolution number R26-45 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number R26-45. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye, those opposed nay. Motion passes.
Item 14B, resolution number R26-46, approving the 5-year contract with Digital Ally in the total amount of $227,809.50 for body-worn and in-car camera service for the police department.
Mr. Mayor, I move resolution number R26-46 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number R26-46. Any discussion?
When is this to be completed?
It's a 5-year contract.
It's a 5-year contract.
Yeah. And I guess the other question would be, is this for software and cloud storage and all the good things, or is it the cameras themselves?
Everything related to body-worn and in-car cameras.
Awesome. Good answer. Thank you. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 14C, resolution number R26-47, approving the professional services agreement with Points Consulting LLC in the amount of $40,940 for housing needs and supply study. This is CIP 22-02 and a reallocated funds of CIP 20-70.
Mr. Mayor, move for the adoption of resolution number R26-47.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number R26-47. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 14D, resolution number R26-48, adopting the City of Columbus Safe Streets and Roads for All Comprehensive Safety Action Plan. This is CIP 25-24.
Mr. Mayor, move resolution number R26-48 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number R26-48. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Brings us up to ordinances on their first reading.
Item 15A, ordinance number 26-05, vacating a portion of the existing drainage easement located on the west end of Grayhawk Place off 43rd Street.
Mr. Mayor, move that the rules be suspended and ordinance number R26-05 be read by number only.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and read ordinance number 26-05 by number only. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Ordinance number 26-05.
I move ordinance number 26-05 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance number 26-05. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Meeting adjourned. We will re-adjourn. We will come back into adjournment for the Community Development Agency as soon as everyone can get themselves ready.